me see something. All right. Uh, I'm back again. I don't know what happened. I kind of got frozen the whole thing. Um, internet problems, I guess. Um, but guess what? I live in Massachusetts, land of the horrible teams. So, what to expect from this place? Um, all right. So, um, the thing with what I was gonna say about the whole thing, Ross is damaging himself. He's damaging the Lakers. Um, I don't know if fans are gonna be that uh, into defending Ross after that. And I don't think I'm not gonna say that Ross' move is malicious. I'm just gonna say that it wasn't the most intelligent thing to do because if let's say if the Lakers have no option to run it back with Ross, his attitude is gonna tell him if he's gonna get a big bag or a small bag after this. But now, because his attitude has seen, and I think that's why his agent wanted Ross to stay, because he said, I'm guessing that his thinking is, if you have a better year, you might have a better opportunity to maybe not get the supermax, but maybe get some good money still, you know maybe get a, yeah, I don't know, 20 million contract per year. The thing that was offered to um, to this kid that ended up signing for the Boston Celtics, um, for a lot less than what the Lakers offered. I mean, he could still get a contract like that because it's Ross. I mean, he's a big name in the NBA. Hey, what's up? I don't know if you saw before. It kind of got froze everything, and um, so I was just like, you know, I couldn't. I don't know. It's something with the internet. So I'm guessing, you know, um, you have said something about that already. I think I saw something in your channel about this whole mess. Yeah, yeah. Now I can do, you know. But Ross kind of uh, got himself into a predicament because it's gonna be difficult for the Lakers to move him now that he had this thing with his agent. And even if the reason is not what they are talking, the reason to be that it's that he wants to leave the Lakers and the manager wanted to stay. The agent want him to stay. That's out there, and it's gonna hurt him. It's gonna hurt the Lakers, unless it is not true and Ross still have certain good relationship with the Lakers. But if you saw the summer league, you I mean, the game that Russ was there, he was completely ignoring, anybody from the Lakers organization, and they were ignoring him. And I don't know what to make of that. And I don't know if they were like, he's not in speaking terms with them. I don't know what is going on. But not even Darvin Ham looked like he was interested in anything that uh, that was part of that. So what is going to happen? I don't know. Um, but it's going to be a difficult situation now for Russ, for the Lakers. Obviously, his agent is now on not on the picture. I don't know why. I don't know if like I said, I don't know if that is true. But the Kyrie Irving trade looks less likely, and I think if if um, there's a possibility for a trade, um, obviously it's not going to be with the Spurs because what I heard is that Ross made some comments about not wanting to go to the Spurs. Um, he's not making it easy for himself. Um, and if he stays with the Lakers, he's got a lot to prove. And he could be either, out of the contract. Somehow the Lakers decide just not to take anything more from him, and just give him, like, I don't know, a halfway in the season say, look, we're gonna buy you out because we can't handle you, or um, looking for to trade him later and somehow use whatever they have in the team um, as a, you know as as an asset, instead of him, and just keeping in the bench. It's an ugly situation. It's an ugly situation that it had come to this, and it's a difficult thing because you know there have been some things said that look like shots, and even if they aren't, they are out there. That's why a lot of companies have PR people, and players have to know what is good for PR and what is bad, because right now it's very bad for Russ PR, and it's not good for the Lakers PR because if players, and you know the NBA is a small family, and so they kind of get things inside, um, uh, probably they have more knowledge than anything we can know about what's going on there. But if players that are coming up may, and or players that want to be traded may not consider the Lakers because of the way they handle things. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure that a lot of coaches didn't want to deal with the Lakers the way they got rid uh, of Coach Vogel. Vogel had all the he's got a lot of things that I have criticized in my videos and my live streams, but I don't know if the way the Lakers got rid of him was the right way. um, because knowing that you have to know that if your coach handicap is offense and that his forte is defense, and you give him a team that cannot defend, but they can shoot, but they can't defend, you know, what's going to happen? He's going to lose. You're not putting him in the position to win. Now, being said that, um, I think Coach Ham is a better fit right now than Vogel because he still commands. You know, he's a guy who commands the locker room, and I don't know. I'm looking like I'm frozen again, so I don't know if you can still see me or not. But it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem for the you know for everybody, and it's I don't know. Aside, I mean, it's the whole body language of what happens when Ross were there uh, wasn't right. It wasn't right. So there's something up right away in that moment. Um, so when the agent made this statement, um, I don't know. It's I a lot of sources that have been in the past few years are not being much credible. So we gotta take all this with a grain of sand, because we really don't know. But you know, the image, the image of the Lakers is really being uh, on the line here as a negotiating team, as a competent front office. Um, Ross as a player that it's desired or not right now, he doesn't have much of stack of chips on that side. So uh, I don't know how he sees himself, but definitely, you know, it's a bad omen when you think that everybody else is at fault for your problems. Um, that's I'm not saying that he's a narcissist, but that's a very narcissistic uh, viewpoint. Uh, when you don't see your fault, you see everybody else on problems that are yours. So I don't know. I don't know what to add to that. Anybody wants to add anything, guys? From I had a few viewers from Twitter, but I'm pretty sure that um, Toma's still there. I don't know if Twitter um, um, have problems with Prism um, showing their comments, because I usually, what I'm realizing, I have more people watching me from Twitter than from YouTube, and my friend AC, he can watch me from both sides, because I know LC Sports Live. You can get him on Twitter. And anybody seeing me uh, know that I really like LA Sports Live, and they always like my friend over there. He's always uh, uh, point with the news and the rumors and everything. Like he comes out, um, sometimes even before like more recognized channels. So I recommend LA Sports Live to everybody if you want to get the news. And it's not my channel. It's not my channel. It's my friend's channel. But I like to recognize the really good job he does on bringing the news, and you know he's really he's really fast with what's going on the news. He goes right away, makes a video to inform everybody. So I'm really glad that I came across to. I don't know if you are right now watching, but if you're, I'm really glad that I watch your channel, watch your videos, because sometimes, most of the time actually, if I uh, get some news from YouTube, I get it from your channel. So, um, so I gotta give you a shout out every time I can. Um, so, so I would like to see the opinions about. Thank you for so putting all everything of the news and Lakers stuff there, uh, and everything like I've seen you putting Dodgers stuff and other LA stuff, you know. Um, so that's pretty cool. Um, so my cat. Cats have this energy at night that it's like they get like crazy. Um, so uh, uh, something else I wanted to touch is J J Huff is back, and uh, winning time is back. Um, and so even though the numbers may not impress anybody, but J Hub is proving that he deserved a space uh, in on the Lakers, and I don't know what to say. I really don't want to get anybody out, but J Huff is a better fit than some of the guys that are there. And I'm not want to mention number no names, because I really like the guys that are there, but I think J Huff is a better fit than some guys. I think like Cole Swider is, even with his lack of defensive mobility. I'm sorry. Um, I I still like Swider because he is that 3 point shooter on the weak side that can be benefit a lot from uh, um, with Darvingham. And I don't know if you saw the game tonight, but Darvingham was like really cheering for uh, Cole Swider. So maybe there's something. Maybe Cole Swider gets the last spot, and they pull back Jay Huff into the two-way contract. Um, but I was watching a little bit Laker Nation, and they did like this voting, and overwhelmingly, um, people prefer to have on the team Jay Huff than Wenyen Gabriel. I'm sorry, Wenyen Gabriel. And I really like Wenyen Gabriel, but I really think Jay Huff should be there, and Cole Swider too, because they can produce uh, in different ways. And I think Jay Huff is really mobile, and that's one of the things that I see there. And you can put uh, Jay Huff with Damian Jones, and still have some of the like not at the level of Anthony Davis and Thomas Bryant, but Damian Jones, and you can put Damian Jones on the dunker spot, and then move Jay Huff uh, on the uh, on the 3 point land on the weak side, and still kind of make that 4 out 1 in um, offense working. On the defensive side, you have two guys who are very good defenders on the paint, and so you can have a fallback, drop back defense, and that I think also is part of the defensive repertoire that comes from being part of the Milwaukee Bucks organization. So I think that combination of Damian Jones and Jay Huff would work marvelous. Not so much with Wendy Gabriel, which is probably the point, or the reason a lot of Twitter Laker fans prefer Huff over Wendy Gabriel. Not that Wendy Gabriel is a bad player. Um, Maybe Jay Huff is a, you know, and I think the reason why Jay Huff was uh, overwhelmingly, I can't talk to, I don't know what's going on, but overwhelmingly uh, more accepted or more voted for than William Gabriel. I'm sorry. I said Twitter fans, and I should have said Laker Nation fans, or Laker Nation, uh, the crowd that was commenting on Laker Nation. I think the reason is that um, there's two, there's one spot, but two players that should be there. Actually, I would argue three players that should be there. Because Scottie Pippen Jr., he is doing a job that could also make him uh, part of an NBA roster. But whatever is going to happen, I hope we don't lose J Huff to another team. Because I think the Lakers would benefit of having him. Now, what could happen is I know that Wenyan Gabriel is uh, practicing, trying to develop his 3 point shot. So we could get a surprise and having Wenyan Gabriel actually scoring some 3 points on the games, and that a lot of people are gonna forget about uh, needing somebody else. But J Hov, look, J Hov had a bad season on the three line, but J Hov had you know came from college averaging 41% from three line, and the same uh, uh, the same percentage that Cole Swider has from uh, coming from college. So um, those things happen, but because both of them, in the case of both of them, their average in college was consistent, you would think that if they have a slump, it's more likely that the next year they do better. Especially if the slump is in the rookie year. So the rookie year, Huff spent the most of the time. I guess two times he played with the big team for like garbage minutes. If I remember correctly, most of it did it on the G League. But like I made a comment, not I don't know if it was to my friends or outside of the live streaming, or I did it in the last live streaming. Um, when he's on the he sometimes on the G League games he looks like Will Chamberlain. You know, he's hard to stop. He's putting you know sometimes even 4 or 6 blocks in a game. Like you have to consider this guy is NBA ready right now, and so I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the only one with this opinion. I know that. Um, if you watch Dan the Lakers fan, if you watch Lakers Nation, I think they agree with me um, talking about Jay Hoff that he is NBA ready, and it would it would suck to see him wearing a different uniform, um, especially because in this summer league we saw Mac McClung after being rookie of the year for the South Bay Lakers, and on the G League he was the rookie of the year. We started with him. He was doing great, and all of a sudden, after the California Classic, uh, I look at him. I was confused for a second because I said, well, it's purple and gold, not blue and gold. And then I realized, no, this is not the Lakers game. This is Golden State Warriors. And I was like, wait. McClung is wearing a Golden State Warriors uniform. What is going on? How can you get the rookie of the year of the G League that is playing for your G League team and not even consider him for Summer League after the California Classic success that he had? And he's proven that he can guard people, even with his short size. And I think I said it in the other live streaming, like, look, the guy, my guy, Puerto Rican player, JJ Barea. Wasn't he good in the NBA? Even when his size didn't look like he was going to be good there. So what are we talking about? We're talking about, and I think it was the last live streaming where I kind of went into a rant about the same rant that I was about to be now, over if the Lakers are really consistent with their statement of developing young people when they let go the rookie of the year of the G League. They let him go. First, the Chicago Bulls used him. And I wonder if they wanted to have certain level of contract with him after that. He wasn't like a big factor there, but he didn't look bad. He looked like an NBA rookie, you know. But you know, and I don't want to say that. I don't want to say I prefer him to Russ. I think that's kind of disrespectful. But somehow, because his mid range is pretty good, because he's still uh, with his athleticism, he's doing really great, um, and he's shooting pretty decent from three line. He probably would have been a good fit, or a better fit than Ross. Ross is in a team that really doesn't need his skills, and you know, it's not that he is bad. It's just that he can't use his skills in the way the team is constructed, and they try to put him with a lot of shooters, but it's just, he needs everybody shooting from outside, and he needed, LeBron and AD shooting from outside, and he needed the ball in his hands. He needed a lot of stuff that, I don't know. I think he can play without the ball. I'm not sure, but I think I've seen him play without the ball, and not be that, not be what he, to be fair, he probably had a bad year too. Well, I can't say that he had a bad year, because his numbers were actually good numbers. and he had good numbers. Um, and I mean, you can't complain about me working hard because I remember he tried to take over uh, in where when everybody was like their gas was like going down. He tried to put his motor in, and he just couldn't score stuff that he usually scores. But enough of what I think about Russell Westbrook and what happened to him. Um, all I can say is that all I can say is that he's not going to he's not going uh, to have the advantages he could have in other teams. And I get why a lot of Washington Wizards fans are kind of upset with also Laker fans because um, when unfortunately, Laker fans now we have this uh, fame of um, really, really, really bullying players, and I cannot fathom why somebody just start giving death threats to Ross family for that. I wouldn't want to play for a team that the fans are giving death threats to my family, and I'm sad that people can say that about you know uh, Laker fans. I mean, I get not liking Russ to stay in the team. Um, that's one thing, but there's a whole another thing, and in a different. It's not even in the same ballpark where you threaten uh, people that don't even play basketball in the NBA because their family member is having a hard time. It's not like Ross planned this, like he didn't script it uh, to be that bad. I'm pretty sure he didn't. Who wants to? Especially if they are paying you $47 million, 44 to $47 million to, a supermax to play. Now, can he be narcissist? He's got some features of it, of of a narcissist. I don't know. I'm not his psychologist. If he's got one, I don't know. But all I know is all I know if it's he didn't have the mentality of winning championships, he should have not even tried to. He should have said something about not wanting to go to the Lakers, and maybe the Lakers would have stopped this. But he had these dinners with LeBron and AD, and probably in those dinners we would have said, I don't care about the ring, you know, because when you care about a ring, you do anything you have to, and if anything you have to is not is playing off the ball, I would find a way to play off the ball. I would find a way to contribute in a different way. But also, if what he says is true, that Frank Vogel really didn't tell him what to do, then some communication problem was there. I don't know. I don't want to be unfair to Russell Westbrook. I don't think I'm in the position to judge him because, first off, am I an MVP in the NBA? No, I'm not even. I'm not even in my, in Puerto Rico's, uh, in Puerto Rico's basketball teams or anything like that. And I don't. I'm not living in Puerto Rico right now. I'm living, where, in a place that no Laker fan is much welcome. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what Jeannie Boss is. I know she's having a hard time. I know she promised that she's not done, and I believe her. I believe her. I know she wants to do right. Um, and the route I should recommend is the route of um, going back to what was successful. ¿Qué fue, papi? What was it? ¿Qué fue lo que? So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Um, but it looks uncertain what's going to happen now with the Lakers, and I'm not sure if the Nets want to bail him out. But the Nets are in the same situation with Kyrie. Kyrie said he wants to go to the Lakers to play, uh, but it's going to happen. If he does want to go to the Lakers, maybe um, he's going to have to wait. Maybe we are going to have to wait to see that um, in the next year, or um, he might. I don't know. All right, I'm getting too distracted by my cat. He just got. He just ran into like um, a corner of the desk and, started running like crazy over there. I don't know. So yeah, um, you can still make comments after I finish the live. I usually try to see if there's comments to answer to, and keep the dialogue on. So we are family here. You know, all the Lakers fans. We're a family on Twitter. We're a family here on YouTube. So you can always come here and um, have some therapy. I know, like the other channels in YouTube have the same philosophy, because we are one of the biggest families um, around the world in terms, sports families there are. And the Lakers are a family business, so that makes it more, uh, the vision more immersed. Uh, and so I wish Genie Boss to be successful, obviously, and Rob Pelinka. And I want LeBron to get two more championships in LA before he retires. Uh, I mean, if he wants to stay until he's, I don't know, 44, I wouldn't mind. LeBron, I wouldn't mind if you stay until 44 and get four more championships, or I don't know, three or four, um, with LA. So, so I don't know. It's gonna be. That's all I have to say right now. My cat is just rolling around, looking at me. He wants some treats. He knows I have him somewhere around here. So, man, anytime you can, you know, at Perspective Blog on Twitter. Um, I'm I haven't I have been having problems with my Instagram, but you can get Perspective Blog also on Instagram, um, and yeah, we can always talk about Laker stuff. And so take care of each other, yourself, as you take care of yourself, and may God bless you. Go Lakers. Bye bye.